Hello and welcome to the channel. You are watching Tesla Truths, where we bring you the cockpit view of FSD from our Tesla 2023 Model X. Today we're running a couple of experiments. One, as you can see, we've got some good rain going on, so we want to see how FSD does in the rain. Two, you can see it flashing up there in the distance. We're going to test and see whether or not FSD picks up this school zone. My expectation, by the way, is that it doesn't, but we'll see what happens. And then the third thing that we want to do is we want to see if we can put a pin in the Walmart parking lot to help encourage self-park over at the Walmart. So let me see if I can find it. Should be somewhere around here-ish. There it is. So that's the Walmart. I know this because I know the area. But I wonder if I, could just navigate to Walmart, and then probably could. But you know what, as a matter of fact, let's just do that. Let's go Walmart, see locations, and let's go here. All right, so there's the Walmart. But what I want to do is, so I'm experimenting here a little bit. Bear with me. I wonder if maybe I can grab the point. No, it doesn't let me do anything there. I wonder if I can tell it, you know what, park right here. That's where we want to go. So we're going to nav to this. See, so now we've navigated to this little map dot marker pinpoint there in the map. So with that being said, I'm already, nope, bear with me. I'm still figuring things out. So I'll go and then put it in FSD because it's not available to me for whatever reason. So we put it in FSD right away. We're already driving pretty slow. There's the speed limit sign, 15 miles per hour. Let's see what FSD does here. Well, that's not a good test. It didn't get above 15, but it's turning right here, which is fine. This works. It's not the route I wanted it to take. But in any case, we're still doing 15 here. So that's actually, I feel like we have an indication that it might slow down in a school zone. Here's an entrance into the school zone here. And so now we're out of the school zone and it picks up speed. All of this could be a coincidence. I'll see if I can get another test of school zone driving another time. I don't know why it chose to turn. Maybe it just decided to avoid the school altogether. It's an option for sure, as you can see here. FSD does make different decisions at different times. Sometimes it'll route one way, sometimes it'll route the other. Up here at this stop sign, we're going to be turning right on a road called Fish Trap. Alternatively, you could go straight to 380 and turn right. So it's just a bunch of like rectangles. And I've seen it make different decisions. And I'm assuming that that's based off of fleet data that it's getting from other Teslas, or map data, live traffic data. So we'll see. Pulling up a little bit to the edge of the road to get a better look at traffic. Looking clear, so we execute. Nice work, FSD. So that pin that I dropped on there was like directly in the middle of the parking lot. So it really should be a parking space. So we'll see what it does. Quick execution at the four-way stop there. Got a little bit of water pooling on the side of the road over there, and it looks like, and you can tell based on our positioning against the car in front of us, that we're hugging the center line a little bit more than what we typically do. Which again, could just be a coincidence. I've got the cabin set at a comfortable 72 degrees. I've not done any settings with defrosting, so we'll see if an adjustment there becomes necessary. I have seen the car come up and say, adjusting for conditions for fog, and it'll automatically defrost the windows. I haven't looked into that functionality, but I saw it with my own eyes, so it's definitely a thing. Look, it's interesting how this is the dot that I've gone to, but it kind of overshoots it. So we'll see. Pay attention, please. Pay attention to the road. It's fine. Everything's good. Nag, 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 nag. Unprotected left turn, no traffic, so we execute. Good job. And so far, the rain doesn't seem to be creating any kind of a problem. I did look at the weather, and visibility is 8 miles right now, which far exceeds the visibility of FSD, which is about 800 feet. A little delayed entering the turn lane there, but that's okay. Pulling into the parking lot, no oncoming traffic, so this is an easy, safe decision. Wide swing around the F250, perfectly okay. And here on this road, we will expect to see some standing water. And here's a good standing puddle right here. We go through it, no problem. It looks like it's going to make its the left-hand turn on the first left beyond the stop sign here. No, maybe it turns in here. I hope it turns in here, especially since we've got the, oh, see, so here we have a, so that was incorrect. That is actually not a four-way stop right there. So, and I would have stopped it, but I noticed that the other car stopped. They do not have a stop sign, and FSD made the assumption that it was a stop sign, and it was not. Okay, so all right, so a couple of things. One, it did in fact park when I plugged in the map dot. If I just go to Walmart, it doesn't do that. It will not do that. Now, as you can see, we're sitting in a handicap spot, which we can't do, right? That's illegal. So putting the pin on the map in the parking lot, at least in this test case, resulted in FSD successfully parking. However, as you can see, it's not able to identify that it's a handicap spot that it picked, right? And then the other issue was when it came to the stop sign, 3 sides have a stop sign. 1 side does not. and FSD did not make an attempt to yield to the car coming from the side that did not have a stop sign. I didn't intervene because, like I said, I could see that the car stopped, and fine, we went. But it was still the wrong decision. Now, we'll take a quick trip back into the neighborhood right here, and this forces us into the school zone. Okay, so let's go. We'll head back. Still raining, so that's good. More rain tests, and hopefully we'll get a school zone test towards the end of this drive to see what it does. Now, if you've seen some of my other videos, and I've heard other YouTubers mention it too, the first 5 feet and the last 5 feet tend to be kind of the most challenging. Sometimes FSD makes weird decisions in parking lots, right? So the decision that it's making right now to go left here is fine. I'd go the same way if I were heading out. It's going to shoot right back up this lane here. I would have gone down to the next one. And the reason is because there's an additional forced stop here. The other thing that you'll notice if you're using FSD in a parking lot like this is it's very slow. Very slow. We are cruising at 8 miles per hour, which is probably about half the speed that I would do if I were driving. Okay. You could argue that that's actually correct. I mean, why would you want to be speeding through a parking lot, right? But it is what it is. It's slow. It's cautious. It's paying attention. It's hard to get mad about that. So some hesitation here. Slowing down because that car took a wide turn kind of into our lane a little bit. Easily handling the pooling water on the road. Coming to a stop here, a little bit of traffic, they'll go, and it's clear. So FSD does pull into this lane here and then navigates into the driving lane. I don't know whether or not that's correct. I never do that. When I pull out there, I always pull directly into the regular. I don't pull into the turning lane there. So, but I don't know what the law says about that. I can tell you that I was pulled over once driving. I was making a right-hand turn from a stoplight, and 2 lanes. No, I can't remember now if it was 1 or 2 lanes turning, but the road that we were turning on had 2 lanes. And I went into, I think, the outside lane, and I got pulled over and was told that you have to drive into the incoming lane, the inside lane. You can't pull into the outside lane. I had never heard that. Didn't get a ticket. Sometimes I think they just like to have fun. maybe they're feeling a little lonely and want to have a chat. I don't know. I had recently made a trip up to Kansas City, and on my way back, we were driving through a rainstorm in FSD, and the system came up and said limiting max speed due to driving conditions. So I suppose in severe weather, FSD makes adjustments to be safer in those conditions. This drive, no problem. It does look like the windshield has a little, maybe a little fog on it, and I haven't seen any adjustments being made here, so. Yeah, so this is definitely going to take us right through the heart of that school zone there. This is where the school sets. He took a wide swing around something here. Nothing. He took a wide swing around nothing. All right, so we'll be taking a left here. This is also an unprotected light, but it doesn't look like there's any oncoming traffic. So another easy decision for FSD. Nicely done. Early execution into the turn lane there. Fantastic. All right, so flashing yellow, so we'll be treating this as an unprotected left-hand turn. And we'll catch the red. So we should have the protected turn when it's our turn again here. All right, so the posted speed limit is 25. It's registering here on my instrument cluster. And FSD is working its way up to 25. So currently at 23 miles per hour, entering into the roundabout here. So we are at 25, 26, and buried behind the trees here, we have a school zone. Speed limit's 55. Coincidentally slowing down for the stop sign, and then I think we turn again before we'll get back up to 25. So it didn't seem to indicate that it acknowledged and slowed down as a result of the school zone. And because our turn's up here, yeah, see 15. So it's ignoring the school zone. And what I would do in that situation for a couple of reasons. One, I do think that it's important to be safe around children. And two, who wants a speeding ticket in a school zone? And so until FSD is capable of doing that on its own, what you can do is, oh, well, let's see if it's not going to park. Make a liar out of me. Cool, it didn't park, fine. So we're done. All right, so if you enter into a school zone or any other situation, construction, I did that a lot on the trip up to and back from Kansas City, just set your max speed to whatever you want to. So there, in that school zone, I would have just quickly scrolled down and set it to 15, and it will not exceed that. All right, well, that's going to conclude this journey. As always, thank you for riding along, and we'll catch you in the next one.